We are back, better than ever, except this time we are joined with two very special guests. These are my best friends, Amna.
Hey.
And Nessa.
Hola.
Today we're doing 20 questions. I've compiled a list of intellectually stimulating questions and not so intellectually stimulating questions. So should we start?
Let's do it.
Okay, first question is it worse to ghost someone or to slowly fade away? Have any of you ghosted someone before?
Yeah.
I think we all have at some point in our lives.
When I ghosted someone, it wasn't as if we were having a full-blown conversation for days and there was something forming. No, which is because from the straight off the bat, I was like, okay, this isn't really our vibe. He was more of a yeah, go Buster.
Buster. I've ghosted a friend, which was not the greatest way. I'd rather slowly fade away. That was just out of I've had enough and I didn't know how to just leave, so ghosting looked like the best option. Flicks just cut off somebody out of nowhere. No. Slowly give them the hint is slightly better that okay, they got the hint. But just cutting them off out of nowhere is yo, what the hell just happened? We were just best friends, what just happened?
Ghosting someone is genuinely I feel the biggest form of disrespect possible. Because when you remove yourself just that from someone's life, we've been ghosted before, all of us, and we know how shitty it felt. It's the most messed up way to treat someone.
I agree, yeah.
I've ghosted people in my early kind of talking to people stages, but recently when I don't want anything to do with someone, I genuinely I remember this one instance. This person that I used to be friends with, I just wasn't feeling the friendship, and honestly I was trying to make my circle smaller. So I should have texted them and I was like, look, I don't really want you in my life anymore, and that was that. I don't feel I would ever ghost.
And it also depends on the person, and it depends if you know the person well, because there's some people who don't really take confrontation that well, and they would rather just it would be easier for you to just ghost the person instead of being hey, because not everyone's gonna take that very easily and very lightly when they're okay, I don't think this is working out, I don't want you in my life. They're gonna be what do you mean? Why? How? There are people who are afraid of confrontation or just don't cooperate with confrontation.
So when you get ghosted, you would rather get ghosted not knowing why you got ghosted than have someone tell you this is a.
There's a difference. For me, I like confrontation. I would like to know.
Yeah.
I would like to know. But there are a lot of people who just don't work with confrontation very well. They don't know what to say, or they're just the kind of people who don't take it. They don't have this mindset as in, okay, we can have an open conversation about this and you can feel the way you feel. When it comes to that kind of situation, it's easier for you to just remove yourself instead of trying to communicate with someone who's basically talking to a brick wall. And that's why I would pick and choose depending on who the person is.
I feel I'd always try to avoid ghosting as a last resort. I'll try talking to the person, whatever, do everything but ghost, but then if it's my last resort, then they're not getting the hint, then it is what it is. You've tried. A situation happened and we had a disagreement, and I tried talking to them and explaining to them my side of the story, but they're just not hearing me. They just keep saying no, but this is that. And then exactly they're not hearing you out. And I've tried talking to you I'm not saying one time, multiple occasions, but then you just not hear me out. What's the point? I've tried talking to a brick wall. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, next, guys, this is probably the most important question on this video. Is pineapple on pizza an abomination or actually fire? Hawaiian pizza, top tier.
Oh, you like the pineapple on pizza?
Guys, it's so good. It's so good.
See, I can't say anything because I haven't tried it.
It's so good. It's the perfect balance between sweet. Guys, I'm really passionate about this. It's the perfect balance between sweet and salty, and nobody can tell me otherwise.
I've had it. It wasn't as bad as I thought, but I've never had it ever again since that time.
Next question. If we could, should we genetically modify humans for perfection?
No.
Why? Wait, genetically modify, that's not only physical beauty. Perfect health, perfect looks, perfect everything, perfect function, everything.
Health-wise, if everyone's completely healthy, that'll be good. But that wouldn't really be a world. It would be a robotic world. We're not going to be having our own experiences because we're all going to be the same. We're not going to have the emotions that a normal human should be having, which is sadness, happiness, anxiety, anger, whatever it is. We're not going to have that because we're not going to experience it because we're all perfect. It's you're living the same life every day, again and again.
Yeah, but perfection is relative. So what does perfection mean to you guys?
Perfection can, in my head, perfection is everything is good. Like there's not a day where you're gonna be sad because you're doing everything perfectly anyways. That is boredom.
And also, if you're always happy, you don't know what happiness is, because we only know what happiness is because we've been sad before. But also, if you look at it from like a beauty standard point of view, if everyone's perfect, then you wouldn't compare yourself. So that would also help with confidence.
But would you really be confident when you don't even... Confidence comes within knowing, okay, there's this, but I know I'm good. That's what makes you confident.
It's like knowing there's better out there, but you're happy with yourself. Like,
You're
you
good.
know, like,
that's what makes you confident.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what makes you confident. Is it really... Are you really confident when you don't even know what's better out there? Because all of you just look the same.
why would I make friends if everybody else is perfect? Like, what am I going to learn from you that I don't have? Your friends are not necessarily just for, like, hanging out, whatever. You learn things from your friends. You learn from their experiences, their tendencies, their way of speaking, all of that. What's the point of me being friends with someone if we're both just going to be exactly the same?
See, there would be a like issue with like innovation, because if everyone is the same, then everyone has the same idea, so no one's individuality and creativity shines through.
And if you're just existing, what's the point of living?
Should you unfollow or block your ex after a breakup, or is that just like overly dramatic?
No, there's no such thing as
Block
overly
the ex.
dramatic.
Block the ex.
There's
I
no such thing as
swear to God, if I'm with a man who still has his ex followed.
Okay.
I think depends on the situation.
I have been friends with my exes. For me, it's easier for me to also move on. I can switch from romantic to platonic. If we broke up for a reason. Like, there is nothing for you to block or whatever if the breakup ended because you guys just didn't work out as partners. You guys were better off as friends. But if it was like something really bad and you guys broke up because there was just a lot of things going on, then block, babe.
I think it depends on the situation. It doesn't have to be just solely based on because we were partners, I can never talk to you ever again. Like, it does not mean that they're a bad person. Just you guys didn't work out in that type of way, but you guys can work as friends, and that's fine. Like, I don't think it's an issue.
I don't believe in being friends with your ex because there were feelings there in the first place. Like, you can't just get rid of that soft spot that you had. Maybe you can, but like most people can't. Most people, once you've had a romantic connection with someone, it's really hard to just like flip it in your head that you guys are just friends. You're going to have flirtatious banter here and there. You're gonna reminisce on the old times together. And if you're in a relationship during that time, that's disrespectful to the relationship that you're in. When you block your ex, that's not saying no, they're a bad person or anything. No, it's just they're not in your life anymore, and they shouldn't be on your social media because you're moving on. You're meeting new people. Say you're in a relationship, or let's say you're married to this guy and he and his ex-wife are very close. They go out together, they go out for drinks, they go out for coffee, they go out for food. You're gonna be okay with that? In a relationship, it's disrespectful to the person that you're with to be going out like that with an ex-partner who you shared intimate moments with. But it's also a case of like, if I'm married to you, why are you you alone with another woman? Like, that's embarrassing.
It depends, because if you are that kind of person who doesn't want to be with someone who's friends with their ex, you're gonna find someone who has the same mindset as you do.
Yeah, this
and
just solely depends on the person.
It depends on the person. It depends on the situation. It depends on everything that's happening in that moment. Do you
also,
get me?
like, trust plays a very big part.
Yeah, it's not about, for me, it's not about trust. It's just out of respect for our relationship, you should not be going out with people who you shared an intimate connection with.
Yeah, I get
it's
that.
Disrespectful towards me.
So
I respect him and he respects me. Like, there's a agreement.
Yeah, it's all a preference.
Not just like, yeah, we go out every once a week. What?
Yeah,
exactly. Like, we need to talk about that.
You don't even want to say nothing?
Next question. Do selfies with filters count as catfishing?
No. There's an extent.
It depends on the filter, honestly.
Guys, honestly, social media is fake anyways.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you post, it's fake.
And
like, there's
nobody...
a blurring filter, there's something like...
You might think the person got money and they're out here doing the most. Next thing you know, they live in a 1-bedroom in a shared house with 6 people inside.
Damn.
That was really quick for you to like...
Yeah. I've seen it a lot.
Wow.
If on the phone I see you looking like you got a BBL and looking like Megan Thee Stallion Part 2, and then in real life you look like a dashboard, that's going to be a problem.
Dashboard is crazy.
Now that's what I call catfish.
Next.
Should you ask someone for their Spotify before dating them? Yes.
I don't use Spotify.
It depends on Spotify, person. I don't be using no Spotify.
I don't use Spotify.
She uses music app.
We're not talking about we're talking about their music platform, their streaming platform, not specifically Spotify.
Like,
would you ask them for their Spotify, Apple Music, or Monogamy?
No.
ask about their music taste. I'll be like, so what do you listen to? That's how one of my conversations starts. Like, oh, what type of music do you listen to? Oh, I listen to Tyler and this, that.
What if he follows his ex on Spotify?
Now what the hell? What y'all gonna be doing?
Why? How?
Making love on Spotify?
He could play a song.
See?
Oh my! See, this is what we're talking about right here. This is the problem.
This is what we call from past trauma.
What if he's stuck? He's stalking his ex out of all platforms on Spotify.
No, he plays the song "I Miss You." She plays a song called "I Miss You Too." They can see
See, men are not that smart enough. It's probably the woman that's gonna be doing all of that.
Trust me, yeah.
Which is worse. What's a red flag in music taste?
Like
See,
Polo G. I'm sorry.
That's not Polo G. That's.
First of all, he's fine as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Second of all, music plays a very, very important life in my role. Important life in my role. Important role in my life.
Me too.
It really does. It really does. There was at some point where I was about to break up with someone because we do not have the same music taste.
Yeah.
And we don't necessarily have to have the same music taste, but we need to
because
have
music
some.
taste, it shows the type of person that you are. Like if you're listening to gang bang rap 24/7, you're like a weird.
Honestly,
fake girls.
I kind of disagree actually. Yeah, there are so many people who are so calm and whatever in the music. You smash the bit.
Well, I get that you listen to it sometimes.
What are you hearing?
I don't know, girl. I don't listen to gangbang nothing. So
I feel like okay.
And I look like I listen to gangbang. Exhibit A.
Is it because you're black?
Yes.
If you're listening to gangbang rap, every second of every day.
No, that's a problem. No, that's a problem.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to say.
And it shows the values because if you think about it, younger boys when they listen to these rappers and stuff talking about drugs and women and all of that, it's looking up to their idols, which I think is why our generation is so messed up because of influences of these celebrities.
Definitely.
Swifties, for example, or people who listen to Gracie Abrams and all those people, they're more sensitive than the typical person who would listen, people who listen to rock and rap and things like that, people who listen to alternative, it's a subculture of people that share similar values and principles.
I feel like if you guys don't agree or have some similarities in your music taste, it shows that you guys are not going to be that compatible.
Yeah.
Because even music, you guys don't have something similar. That's just
that's sad. We could have different music tastes, but I'm trying to get you on songs and you don't like them.
See, it depends. Because if you're out here showing me rock,
so then you're not compatible.
I like rock. I'm sorry.
Yeah, rock is nice.
No, I'm I'm open to listening to new music because I love discovering new songs. If someone tells me this random song from this random artist who has 2 listens, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'll listen to
the
it.
locale.
Basically, I listen to it. I don't like it. I'll be like, what the hell do you see in this song?
Do you listen to 19? Hi 19.
Stream 19.
Hi 19.
Next question. Is monogamy natural or is it just a social construct that we all agree to?
No, it's natural.
I think it's
it's not natural. Biologically, we're not monogamous.
Biologically, we're not monogamous, but even in the religious aspect, there was only one man and one woman, and they didn't make it 3 men and 2 women.
Okay, but if we're talking about...
If we're talking about,
Stone
in that sense, then everybody would be polyamorous. I do feel like it's because it's a social construct.
It is a social construct. Over time, once, things started developing and urbanization happened, it did become a social norm for you to be with one person. Although you will obviously find polyamorous, couples?
Polyamorous people.
Weird, man.
But don't you think everything is a social construct?
Yeah.
We have picked up everything because it became
Socially
normal,
acceptable.
socially acceptable. Anything that's not socially acceptable.
If it was socially acceptable to be polyamorous,
everybody would
monogamy would be weird.
Exactly. What do you mean one person?
Yeah,
so what do you think makes something socially acceptable?
When one person starts it and the other person starts normalizing it, and then
it's
you end up having
one person saw oh, that's so cool, let me try. Oh, the other person, that's so
it's
cool,
like trends.
let me try. Yeah, like trends, yeah.
It's like trends. One person started wearing baggy jeans and everybody just ran with it. Because one person did that, the other person liked it, and then suddenly 10 became 100, 100 became 1,000.
Now we all wear baggy jeans.
And now we all wear baggy jeans.
Is typing LOL when you're not actually laughing a lie and rude? Or is it just social etiquette?
It's
I have
just
an answer.
social etiquette.
Because when you're also in person, someone says something completely unfunny and you're
yeah.
I've done that before. And then there was a time where I actually didn't laugh and everyone was just like, are you okay? And I was like...
It's like if someone's sending you something funny that you've seen before. Just
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
No, I say I've seen this.
No, I don't do that because when someone does that to me, it hits a bit.
Because
if
we did that to you, Because the amount of times you've said something
Yeah.
repeated like 3 times,
Or, like,
you
we've
went
seen
along
it.
with it.
And you're like, oh,
I don't repeat myself that often.
Yes, you do.
I don't repeat myself that often. Would you rather date someone who's bad at texting but amazing in real life, or great at texting but awkward in real life?
No, bad at texting and
Amazing,
amazing
yeah.
in real life.
Because
Because
you
I'm
can
not,
call.
yeah.
and I'm not gonna be marrying the texting
Yeah,
version of you.
Exactly,
Babe.
like I'm not gonna be texting you 24/7. I want to.
I'm gonna see you.
Yeah,
And I'm not gonna be kicking high when I'm home, and then when I meet you, you're like,
like should we get married over text? Like
you may kiss the bride.
I'd rather you be amazing in real life and just be bad at texting, because I know like the moment I see you, I'm gonna have the greatest time. Like, okay, this is just on text, they'll be fine. But if you're amazing on text and there's nothing in real life, what's the point?
Yeah. Imagine this becomes a thing like with our kids, where like marriage, no one speaks to each other anymore. Instead of speaking, you sit next to each other on the couch and you just text the whole time.
Oh my god.
Can you imagine if that became a thing?
No, don't let it become.
We're not gonna make that a social norm.
We're not.
Social etiquette. Next question. What is the biggest ick you've gotten from a guy? It doesn't have to be with a like romantic interest, just a man in general. Does that make it easier?
All men are nasty sometimes.
This one time, I went out with this guy. It was, for me, purely platonic, right? He was an old friend and we were going out like to just like catch up because he was studying abroad. And get in the car, whatever. We go to like the place and he's ordered his food and everything and we're in his car. And he's talking about something, okay? So Nessa is me, okay? And I'm him. So he's talking about like Washington, what no, literally, guys, I was so bored. He's talking whatever, blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Man turned, got lost in my eyes, cleared his throat. What are we in, Wattpad?
I swear.
This is not 10 Things I Hate About You. You're not Heath Ledger. I looked and I saw this happen and I like turned my head straight to like the window. I'm like, that's probably the biggest ick I've ever had. I was so uncomfortable, guys. I had to tell my mom to call me to go home. That's how bad it was. It was.
Thank you, Falto.
Thank you, mom.
Thank you.
Talking to this one dude, okay? Just a friend. He kept talking about how smart he is and how emotionally intelligent he is. And whenever he would use normal English words, he would ask me if I know the meaning of it.
Excuse me?
What?
Guys, he kept talking. He was like, because like I'm a really smart person and like, you know, like I'm very smart and the way I speak is also like really like put together and everything. And there was one time actually I was writing something and they were like, bro, like your writing is like too good. Like you need to like dim it down a bit. Like not everyone's gonna understand the English you're talking about.
Bar for bar?
Word for word.
Mansplaining makes me want to rip my hair out because who the hell do you think you are? Amon?
Basically, I was talking to this one guy. So we're talking blah blah blah, and I realized that this guy just kept going on and on and on and on about himself. Like I'd ask, "Hey, how are you? I'm good."
No
how are
way.
you? That's it. I'm good.
What?
Literally, that's what I'm good.
Guys,
Okay,
why
but
are
what
you
about
so
you?
bored?
No, silence, babe. No, how are you doing? None of that. I'm like, okay, I'm good. How was your day? Yeah, I had some assignments to do and all of that. Okay. What about my day? No, because literally at some point I just answered myself. I was like, yeah, my day was good too. Like, I'm sorry.
Wow.
Like, he wouldn't
What?
even ask. And like, then he just started, at some point, I was like, oh, where are you? He was like, oh, I'm at the gym. Do you want to see? And he just kept sending me pictures of himself at the gym. And I was like, okay.
Unsolicited.
Guys, can I actually?
I'm like, okay, great. Good job. Have a good workout. Like, this guy's.
Can I admit something was actually something that happened with me? Like I was the ick at that point. So I was in high school.
That's never a good start.
Yeah.
I was in high school and there was a guy that I really liked and he was really cute. Okay, guys, he was really cute and everyone wanted him and he didn't want
I think I
anybody.
know.
He opened the door for me. We're talking. We're walking the corridor. He opens the door for me. He's like, oh, go in. I'm like, a snot comes out.
No
Guys,
way.
I'm giggling, trying to be cute, and I'm like, and then I go,
And it goes back in?
it goes back in.
Yeah, bro.
And I think he saw everything and he just went.
I mean, what do you do in that situation?
Exactly.
Would you rather be respected or loved?
Respected.
Respected.
What
I thought
the?
you guys were gonna say love.
I could love you and so treat you like you are my youngest sister, and younger sisters don't get respect.
Love does not
Exhibit A.
technically. Oh.
Is it a red flag when someone doesn't have any social media, or is it attractive? It's attractive, because why the hell are you be looking at other girls on social media? Sorry, guys.
I don't mind. I don't really
To
care.
me,
Yeah,
it's
me
just
neither.
like.
Why are you this low key?
Yeah.
That's like a bit scary.
And
yeah, like,
also,
why are you off? Like, what made you get off social media?
exactly. And
Or
even
why did
if
you never go on it?
Yeah.
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of the things that we know is from social media. And if you don't have social media, you're not gonna understand half the things I'm gonna be saying because
Yeah.
I have social media.
For me, I want to be able to send you like reels.
And
Always
I-
make
Yeah.
me think about you.
And honestly, I like when the person posts themselves because I want to see.
No,
I
like
want to see.
stalking.
no.
I want to see.
Don't
Exactly.
push
I
yourself.
like
stalking
stalking.
people. I don't know what you want.
Post
but-
yourself, babe. I want to see. You can post like every once in a couple months. I'll be like,
Yeah.
I like that.
Don't push yourself.
See, she's in a whole different world.
Yeah, she's in her own bubble.
She's
We're in
speaking
our
on-
bubble, and she's just in her own.
You're not allowed to push yourself.
Because if you have social
Yeah.
media before and you were like, okay, like I don't want it,
Yeah.
you know what it's like. You just didn't like it and you just
Yeah.
got off of it. That's fine. But if we're talking about someone who just never ever was like, no,
And it's like,
really
I don't
the
get the
social
idea of
media
like,
stuff.
they're so, like, let's say a person who's never been on social media and they're like, no, never downloading that app, never doing that. You've never been on it, what made you get to this conclusion?
Without even knowing.
Exactly.
And you're just like, I don't like. How do you know that?
Change.
Just cause.
Like,
Yeah, I
you're
hate people
refusing
like
to like evolve somehow, like, you know what I mean? Like,
And there's
you're still
exactly.
ورا انت عايش ورا.
Let's say person has had social media, deleted social media. Is that attractive or a red flag?
Attractive because you don't need, you
Yeah.
don't want to follow because everyone has social media. You also have to have social
Exactly,
media. You had it. That makes you okay. خلاص, I want to know.
And
I
you
like
it's a red-
it.
understand how consumption kills the brain.
Like, it shows a lot of discipline.
It shows a lot of discipline because everybody in the mamas up there. My grandma probably has TikTok and is scrolling through it right now.
I think the inability to feel FOMO is like
That's
very
really
strong.
Yeah.
It's strong.
If you're just refusing to even download the app and try, that's where I'm like, like, why are you refusing it so much? Like, what's so crazy
Yeah.
that you're like, no social media?
That's just weird too because what you hiding?
Or like, are you like a serial killer? you
Yeah.
don't want to be
No,
caught. I don't know.
I feel like a serial killer would though, to like show normality within society and interaction with society and community. Like, I'm just a normal person.
But then
Don't
they're,
look at me.
if
But
they've never
actual
been
serial
on
killers don't really
social
be giving a
media,
shit
like,
about
you're
that.
untrackable to a certain
Ted
extent.
Bundy was all about creating that social image for himself. Okay, what's worse? A guy who has a cringy Insta bio or a guy who posts too many gym selfies?
Gym selfies. Gym selfies. You
Trauma.
can have it genuinely.
Because why are you posting yourself?
Oh my god.
It depends because the people who have these cringy bios, that means that's how they think and they will probably talk like this a lot.
Like the one who has like a 2016 quote or something.
Yeah, like something
Live,
like
laugh, love.
Exactly, and
Unironically.
And that's something I would rather you baby post. Because if you're gonna open your mouth and this is the kind of construct that comes out of your mouth, this is what you like how
But
you
to me,
think.
it's like when you're
Big
posting so
post.
many gym photos, why are you so obsessed with yourself?
And why are you posting yourself?
Oh my god.
صراحة,
Like-
to be very honest with you, if I was a man and I had like a good 8 packs and my physique is really good,
No, I wouldn't post.
Like,
I'm
to me, it's
posting.
like, to a certain extent, it gets
I'm
icky.
posting.
Like, okay, you
no,
show
it
up
does.
every once in a
it
while,
does.
okay.
It does. But
It's like
we're
a girl
speaking-
who's just posting all the time, her heck, her at the beach, her at this. I'll be like,
صح.
okay, girl, like, cover up, like, take a
صح.
second, it's fine.
صح.
Next question. What's one thing a guy can do that makes him instantly insanely attractive? Spit
Emotional
facts.
intelligence.
That's one.
Guys, a man having emotional intelligence, because he will be able to regulate his emotions. He will be able to speak to you about his emotions with not feeling gay and still have that masculinity because he knows that doesn't take it out of his masculinity just because he's speaking about his feelings.
Yeah, like,
Emotional intelligence goes a long
yeah,
way.
and then the fact, like, they can communicate. And also, when he, like, respects your friends or your family, or let's say, like,
Respect, period.
yeah, like that instantly makes me go off.
And understanding social cues.
Oh
A
yeah.
man who
Social
doesn't
awareness.
Yeah.
have social awareness
You know those
was
guys
embarrassing.
In a public place.
Embarrassing.
On God.
Don't be
Why are you this
embarrassing
loud?
me
Exactly.
standing next to
Guys,
me.
I love. No, that's not true actually. Like, I was gonna say I love quiet people, but like,
We're not quiet.
no. I think though, like with a guy, because I'm Sometimes, most of the time, all the time.
Basically.
Guys,
You're saying it.
no, you can't agree with me. You're
No,
not
you are so.
No comment.
I feel like a guy needs to be able to like balance that out, you know?
I love a guy with social awareness
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
emotional intelligence.
I can't be thinking about me trying to introduce you to someone and then me being worried that I have to introduce you to someone. Like, I have to be like, oh, okay, so I'm going to introduce you, and I feel calm, mush. Oh my god, I'm going to introduce you
Because
Or
he
you
knows
like-
what to do.
Or in the car,
Exactly.
you're telling him, don't say this, don't talk about this,
Yeah.
don't like that's embarrassing. Why are you with a guy like that? For me, I feel like ambition is so important to me because
What if he
there-
wants to be a rapper?
I'm
Sorry for
gonna
the
take-
rappers out there.
19.
No, 19.
19, we love you.
You're actually trying to make it out and you made it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about the iCloud rappers who don't even have rhythm.
For me, ambition is so important because like when you don't have ambition, you're lazy. Like you don't have goals. What do you mean you don't have goals? You don't want to learn. You don't want to like that's really important to me because we can learn together. Someone who's intellectually stimulating.
Oh.
Something that's also like that makes a guy instantly insanely attractive is when he's a man. He knows how to like make you happy. He knows how to provide. He knows how to take care of you. He knows how to be a man.
And vice versa as well. Like
And
if
vice
you're gonna
versa.
be expecting that from a man,
You
he's
need to
also
be the
supposed to
woman.
be. He's supposed to be the woman.
Is it better to be with someone who is nice but boring, or wait for someone who excites you but is unpredictable? Excites you but is unpredictable.
Agreed.
Yeah.
If you're boring, what are we gonna do? No, literally. I'd rather be excited to see you than knowing that, oh my god. I have to go out with
An
him.
exciting guy doesn't necessarily have to mean a bad guy.
Yeah.
Or like toxic or anything.
Exactly, no. Just have something, man. Don't be making me snore all the
Like,
time.
I'm excited to go out with you.
Don't be a loser. Have character.
Like, be interesting. Like,
Have character.
Next question. How soon is too soon to say I love you?
Something that I've learned is that you guys, it can be one day, 24 hours.
But is that really
24.
love or lust or infatuation?
It can be love, 24 hours. You can feel a connection with someone in 5 minutes.
But is it love?
It can be love. There's a difference between love bombing. There's a difference between bombing. There's a difference between infatuation and there's a difference between love. When I'm saying love, I mean a connection. I can feel, I'm feeling something that I've never felt before. And because this conversation that we had, it opened up so many things to the point where we felt so spiritually connected. I could fall in love with you. Connection, no matter the duration. That's one thing I learned. No matter the duration, if there is a connection, there is a connection, period.
But is it
fall in
love?
It can be love.
So do you say it when
can
you
be
feel
love.
it? If you
Yes.
feel it in 3 days, would you say it?
Yes,
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
3
do that.
days?
I would.
That's crazy.
I don't think like in a week I can be
Yeah.
like I love you. I can't do that.
No. I think minimum a month.
Yeah.
After a month onwards, then yeah.
Yeah.
See,
I feel like in a
There-
week I like you.
Yeah. Is love more of a feeling or a decision? The feeling of love only lasts so long, and then after that, the butterflies and the excitement and the crush disappears. Then you have to actively make the choice every day to love that person and not neglect them and make sure that they're feeling cared for and happy and loved and all of that.
I don't know how to say it in English, but ishra. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, after a certain amount of time, like, all that, like, you know, rose-colored glasses
Yeah.
goes away.
and
Seeing
the
my
choices
parents,
that
like,
you make.
okay, like, I know they still love each other, but I feel like it's more of, like, they're partners.
Yeah. They're a team.
Yeah.
And they
Building
choose
it,
to stay
yeah.
together and they choose to make that effort because
Yeah.
they love each other.
After those, as you said, Amun, the rose-colored glasses come off, like you start seeing the flaws of that person, and love is you choosing to accept them with flaws, with
Like,
everything.
And then
The
vice
whole
versa.
package.
And vice versa.
Love is also being able to change these certain things that are not
Yes.
good for you in
And
order to be good.
sacrifice.
And that brings us on to our next question. Does true love require sacrifice, or should it be easy and effortless?
And no easy.
Sacrifice. There's no
Sacrifice,
effortless.
yeah.
There's no
Honestly,
effortless.
there are some easy. There's a lot of relationships where because they both are so easygoing, they both don't really have these complications or past traumas or whatever. They both just flow, so they tend to flow together. And even the problems that they have is not really that much because they don't be doing none of that. Both of them, but ain't no such thing as easy.
But
Most
it
of the
does
time.
require some sacrifice from both sides. Like, let's say if you
Sacrifice
like
and
living at my
compromise.
house, or living at your house, or living at this house, like as an example, like that's
Sacrifice
one
and
sacrifice. Like you
compromise.
have to give up something.
There needs to be boundaries. You cannot compromise can be taken to a very further extent. There could be one person who ends up compromising all the time. And then there's someone else who's like, no, it's fine, but this is compromise, and the other person is controlling.
Would the world be better if we had one universal language?
No. My argument, with all due respect, how am I gonna cuss people out? Sorry.
I mean that, and also like without different like if we all had one universal language, do you know how much
Well,
culture?
technically-
Do you know how much culture would be lost?
Yeah.
Because there are so many languages like in Arabic, Mandarin, that they have words in their language that simply don't exist. They have
Like-
names for colors that don't exist in English. So so much culture is lost, so much history is lost, and everything.
There's this like one word in Arabic, like qahra. Like there's no word for it in English.
Yeah.
You're
Devastation.
angry and you're hurt and
Yeah.
it's a bunch of emotions
Mahura.
that it's one word that you genuinely cannot describe in English.
We are on the last question.
Woo! Crazy.
Would you rather change one major thing about yourself or change one major thing about the world?
The world.
Period. Me too.
The world needs peace,
Like,
man.
also, man, like, you're so irrelevant compared to, like, the world, you know?
Putting in the effort and putting in the...
In the bigger
Yeah.
picture, you are irrelevant compared to the world. The 8 billion people that, like, you know, I don't know how many millions are dying from starvation, from war and everything. Like, if you could change that aspect and then you decide to change something about yourself.
You are selfish.
Well, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you guys for being
The
here.
world needs peace.
On
For
the
real.
Free Palestine.
Woo!
Free Congo, free Palestine,
Free
free
Sudan.
Sudan. Free even Ethiopia, by the way, right now.
Free Ethiopia.
Free everything.
Enjoyed us. Bye! You should keep this as like bloopers.
Bloop. Oh,
All yellow, khalas.
That was very aggressive. Oh, my bad.
It's not even on her ear. Yeah, there you go.
actually.
Do you want to wear those?
For legal reasons, this is all not. This is all fake. We don't exist. This is all fake.
For legal reasons, this is a
not
joke.
real. This is a joke, yeah.
Because we gotta look our best.
Yup.
So today we're gonna be doing 20 questions. I've compiled a list of intellectually stimulating questions.
Oh. Big man.
Oh, I forgot to turn the AC off. Misha Amno Nasa.
Misha Amno Nasa.
So she doesn't knock it over. Yee! Pepsi? Oh. Guys.
It was very wet.
Moist.
Yeah, don't say that word.
I need to pee.
You know what video this reminds me of?
When we are back and better than ever, except, okay, why are we cracking here?
I'm sorry.
Is it worst? Wow.
Pineapple is sour and
It's
moist
not
and
sour.
watery.
Don't say moist. There's no point of living because you're not living.
What she said. And hurt me.
Wait.
A statue? A move.
Period.
There's so many people like that.
Shout out to 19.
I'm cutting that out.
This is like the Victoria's scene, bro.
Who?
The Victoria's.
Victorious.
Top of the morning to you, ladies.
You actually do look like an Irish person.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do one.
See, when it comes to men,
They want everything. Left, right, center, up,
We can't
down.
say that. We can't say that. Do you need a tampon?
Okay, next.
I don't mind it.
There you go. Say that, do it again. Oh.
Oh, and she's the one who's supposed to talk.
You know Miles. Indiana Jones.
I need to stretch. If I don't pipe down for my dad, why am I piping down for you, bro?
Well, I don't have a dad, so I can't really say
Sorry,
nothing.
guys.
But period. What she said. Want me to massage it?
No, it's okay.
Okay. She does it anyways.
I'm in love with your booty, booty. You're so fine, oh, lick it like a lolly.
خلصتوا?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. I keep losing. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, this is. Do you? Sorry, guys.
Anyways.
Do you
Wait,
think?
one more time.
Okay, thumbnail time.
No, we're supposed to do one that's like. And then
Why?
one. It's called the thumbnail. People want to click. They're not gonna click on. They could just go to Snapchat for that.
Yes.
Free Dirk.
Guess what's one habit?